Привет из Дубая. С вами передача «ГолубьМира», где разбираем крутые навыки. Спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about non-profit organizations and let's start with the definition.
Non-profit organization, this is kind of enterprises which are created not to gain profit, not to sell products or make services, but for other purposes. Purposes. For example, this organization could provide help for people who are wounded or who are disabled, who maybe lost the parents or who maybe lost child. This could be about psychological help. It could be like volunteering and so other. And all of these companies, they have special statute. They have very unique way how to behave on the market. They have special taxation, and they could be used for different purposes. Let's remind our watchers and listeners about Greenpeace. This was a company which was notorious, known for a very long way, but suddenly this company disappeared from our radios, from our television, and from internet. The reason why: this company was created to buy votes. For example, this company could go to some small countries which have no interest in something. For example, quotes for загрязнение, pollution
Pollution.
quotes. And for example, there is about heavy industry companies, but or countries. But for example, there is no interest at Cote d'Ivoire. They have no heavy machinery, or for example, New Zealand. And this company, which is non-profit organization, was creating negotiations. It was like прослойка, mediator to USA to buy votes. But after several years of such operation, all other companies, France, China, India, they understand the way how Greenpeace behave, and they create the same way operating company. And now it give no advantage, and Greenpeace was dismissed.
And obviously, like for funding those organizations, I do believe there might be like two aspects. First one is the funding, because money obviously should be coming from somewhere. And second one is the legal aspect. Like, is it possible for anyone to found such a thing?
Several times I was attacked by a non-profit organization, and all time it was quite painful. There is some sharks which are living in deep ocean, and they have very strange way of behavior. They sometimes come to the whales, which are heavyweight, and also they have a lot of fat, and then just grab out some piece of skin with the fat. And they have so bad vision, then sometimes they try to bite not the whale but also rubber parts of submarines, and some submarines have a huge amount of rubber which is taken out. The same way non-profit organization use. If you became a whale in some point from their angle of view, they will come and catch. They do not want disturb you until you have nothing value for them. But if you have some contract, if you are going to build something, they immediately will come, like mosquitoes, like paparazzi, like wolves, like grief.
Need to think about this one.
Desert bird which is feeded by dead animals, and suddenly they will give you an ultimatum, and you couldn't move on. You couldn't, because they have so much noise.
So probably, yeah, like it's better not to be a scavenger. And when it comes to let's say the function of the nonprofit organizations, because usually it seems like they actually fighting for a good cause. So I would compare it like when like in some of the, let's say, cities in the Russia, like you have, instead of the buses, you have like this yellow cars that would like deliver people. So it seems that there is a function that could not be really fulfilled by like a municipal government. So whether the reason for those organizations to appear is that the government or like any other state institute cannot fulfill the needs, and how to deal with this, like how do they deal with it?
You know, it's a very easy scheme. For example, you are governor of some part of the country, and you could not be proud of some things you have already done. For example, you built a church, or you have built a school, or you have built a nursery or something else. And if you will be attacked by someone, you couldn't say, I am good because I have created something for the society. But you could have your own hidden non-profit organization, and they will say, do not touch this governor, he is best of the best. So this non-profit organization sometimes has Rupert, they have sometimes internet portal or some other fabric of trolls, and they create noise for people who couldn't make it by themselves. So they are not well fed, and they are all time hungry, and they have like 90 or 80% budget in the basket, and they forced to find something to eat. In this case, they will come for any company, for example, which is trying to build. With Daniel, we are working for a company which was refurbishing 39 old Soviet cinemas in the Moscow. And in each region, we were attacked by non-profit organization. We came and we saying, we will refurbish this very old building. It would become much better. There would be new equipment. There would be, for example, I don't know how to say, эксплуатируемая крыша. Even roof would be useful for people to sell something. So there would be a lot of workplaces, but all people, they will say, they do not care what you do right now, but some roads will be closed for 2 years, and we are not agree with this. And after 2 or 3 weeks of negotiations, suddenly they will say, come on, we are so tired. If you will give us like $20,000 for each closed road, we will step out.
Well, it seems like those organizations also might be used some sort of like a puppet. And I also was thinking that obviously, like they also might be used for like any money laundering or any type of the activities. So how about their relationship or like maybe even reporting when it comes to the audits? Probably they might be like attracting more attention both from the public and also from the special like organizations within the government that's actually making sure that, like nothing shady is going on there.
You know, you could always make something shady if you want to, but usually there is a very simple choice. For example, I am head of non-profit organization. I wouldn't make any remont.
Repair, renovation.
I wouldn't make any renovation in my cabinet, in my doors, at my doorstep, because everyone will think I have extra money, but I will steal it for myself. I will find something to have my salary as much as possible, but everything вокруг would be like poverty, like everything would be dirty and broken, and it would be like I don't know how to say, такое очень потрепанное, пошарпанное, такое прям, ну почти almost destroyed.
So yeah, like when you're sitting and surround yourself with a cheap furniture and you have like your stuff not looking so good, probably you might be attracting some sort of pettiness and hence money and attention. And what about the future of non-commercial organizations? Like whether they will be transformed into something else, or like they just will be existing and probably used as a tool for a good cause, because there are also like some of the examples, or there still might be something in between.
I give money for several non-profit organizations, and one of them, this is nursery about child who has no parents at all. And these nurses, they have no time to go to the street and to ask something or to look for bribes, because they should serve exact people which couldn't make everything by themselves. But there are a lot of companies who are created just to make dirty water and dirty air, and they just looking like a scavengers, the nice word you remembered. So if you have to go to politics, you could do it by yourself, but you will be surrounded by ravens, and you have to fight with ravens or have your own ravens. And at any point, you will understand, I need the same companies, I need the same structures, I have no other ways to work against my enemies. For example, you're a wolf and I am wolf, and we are trying to go to elections. But suddenly, from my side, would be like 100 ravens. You, as a wolf, could not fight in the air. You could not write so many posts and articles in the internet and so on. So you will be forced to have the same army as me.
Well, and the last question will be how knowing about non-profit organizations would help to make this world a better place.
It's a very right question, how to make our world a better place to live. You know, this non-profit organization are devoted to create our people in light according to their statutes. But usually they make everything just worse. They want money and they do not think how it's looking from other side. They make a lot of dirty deals. They make a lot of forgery and so on. So definitely, almost all not-profit organizations make our world much worse place to live.
А мы рассмотрели навык некоммерческие организации и чем он полезен именно вам, всем мира.